here is the Epic V7. I want to have a few words about it. So it's a plastic kayak of 5.2 meters long, and at around the seat area it's about 54 centimeters wide, so it's the narrowest of all the kayaks I've got. It's also got a fairly curved hull. It's certainly not, if you can see that, it's not particularly easy to show it. Not when I'm holding the kayak with one hand, but anyway. There is an option using these bits here and a over the stern rudder here to use an over stern rudder. I prefer this version, which is the same as what the Stealths use. The only thing is that it, unfortunately, it's quite long and it will catch rocks and weed and so on around here, so I've got to do some modifications there. The hatch. Worth having. It's not huge, but it's okay. And then there's a bulkhead just here. Bit of webbing here, which could be useful for something. The seat is really comfortable. Then you've got a place for your drinks container. I probably won't use it for that because I have drinks in my PFD. This is for lashing my thigh to the kayak via a strap, which Epic have kindly provided. I've got a baler here, or scupper, so that needs, when you're going, that can be open. It makes a hell of a roar actually, and it empties the cockpit really fast. So your feet together on these, I've set this right back at the shortest. Frank is 1 meter 45 and is only just big enough for this. It's got a huge amount of range of movement actually, which is good, and it's quite easy to do just by simply pulling on this. We've got these cutaways on here, which means I don't hit my hands nearly as much as I do on the other kayaks. And then another, this obviously is an extra, this is for a camera mount or similar. Handles seem to be quite good. The ones on the cockpit are quite well positioned, and it's light. So although the people that use surf skis would find this quite heavy, and I know there's plenty of complaints about how heavy these are, but it's lighter than a fiberglass fishing kayak, so I'm pretty okay with it. Oh, I must say, this bit here on a fishing kayak, I'll just show you. On a fishing kayak, this is a fish hatch, and so for my son to get his feet on the steering over there would just be, he just can't do it because it'd splay his legs too wide. So this is part of the reason why I've gone for this, apart from the fact that I don't always want to go out and fish. I have plenty of plans for this to make it more able for fishing, but that's another video.
He's coming fast. Ah. Oh. Ah. Hello.
Okay, today I'm going to take this thing out just for a little spin really, but I am taking some fishing line with me in case I might try for a few fish. I've got my phone which will have multiple charts on it. Not very easy to see, but it has. And there's a camera. Put my gloves on today. Still not that warm yet. I've already opened the baler, and so we're already putting up the water, so I need to get moving now. You hear that? Whoa. That a little bit much. What I'm going to try now is just a quick bit of, let's see how things work. Side saddle. Oh, actually, oh yes. I don't know if you can see it like this, but I just wanted to finish the video with a few points. Firstly, I wanted to say how stable this thing is. I wasn't expecting it to be as stable as it is, especially with the curvature of the hull and so on, and the fact it's very narrow, but it's fine, which means it's suitable for the whole family. The other thing that makes it very suitable for the whole family is that it's robust. Because it's plastic, it will stand up to being beaten against rocks or scraping as it comes into land or whatever it might be. The other thing that I like about it is, and for the family again, is the fact that it is long and narrow makes it quite easy to paddle for good distances, or it makes it easy to paddle at a reasonable speed, which is an important consideration when the distances are big and you want to enjoy a day's paddling or paddling and fishing. So I'm really chuffed with it. There'll be other videos when I've outfitted it more for the sort of things I want to do. Lastly, I would like to say a big thanks for lots of people with regards the collection of this. So firstly to Epic Kayaks UK, Jim and Annabelle for giving me loads of advice about the kayak and about clothing. I'll come into clothing another time as well. But also for taking the kayak from their base in Tiverton up to Swift Racing, who are based at Dunstable, and they import sort of sculling type boats, from China, and they were prepared to store it for several months while I prepared my trip down from Scotland to the Dunstable area on holiday so I could pick up the kayak. So I'm really grateful to them as well. I will actually leave a link, if I'm able to, in the description below the video. Now, I've not done that before, so it might not work out, but I will leave a link to both of those sets of businesses. Lastly, I'd like to say that I'm sorry about the camera angles on this. I had various bits of trouble with my cameras, and the kayak's not really set up for it yet. I'm getting there. So I wasn't able to show some things as well as I'd like, which is why you've got quite a lot of the same angles, because the other camera wasn't working. Yeah, that'll get sorted out next time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.